This is how to actually understand the mode. If you've tried to learn the modes before, you've probably been told something like this. C Dorian is just the C major scale, but starting from D. Now, although that's technically true, it's a bit of a confusing way of looking at things because it requires a lot of thinking. It doesn't really show you how to apply modes to your playing. It presents them like a maths problem rather than a musical device. So how do we make this easier to understand? This is what I like to call the soup analogy, and we're going to be using the minor pentatonic for it. Imagine your minor pentatonic is a pot of soup, and each note in it is its own ingredient. The minor pentatonic has 5 notes, so it's like a simple soup with 5 ingredients. It's reliable, it tastes good, and it's easy to make. There's nothing wrong with it, but it will get boring if you eat it every day. Why should we throw away a good soup just because it's repetitive? What if we just added a few extra spices for some flavour? We keep our base soup the same, and we add a few extra spices. Suddenly we have a soup that tastes different. It still tastes like the original, but has a slightly different flavour. Now there's 7 different soups we can make from doing this, and we call them the modes. But to make it easy to understand, we're going to split it into 2 different pots. Major pots and minor pots. So let's start with our minor pots. First we have Aeolian, also known as natural minor. To make our Aeolian soup, we take our minor pentatonic soup. We're going to be using A minor pentatonic. So we take our pentatonic shape, and we add 2 notes. 4th fret on the G, and 6th fret on the B. Suddenly we have a more dramatic and sadder sound. It's not too different from our original soup, but it adds a bit of extra flavour. For our next minor soup, we have Dorian, and the only difference between Aeolian and Dorian is 1 note. So what we have to do is take our Aeolian shape and play fret 7 on the B instead of fret 6. Suddenly our soup's a little sweeter and mellow. But what if we want to make our soup a bit darker? Then we make Phrygian. So what we do is take our original minor pentatonic soup and we add fret 6 on the B and fret 6 on the E. Suddenly our soup is darker and more ominous. Now we're going to move on to our major soups. But for our major soups, our bass needs to be major. Not to worry though, because it's really simple. We're going to move our minor pentatonic shape down by 3 frets. This turns a minor pentatonic bass into a major pentatonic bass. Now we can start making our major soups. Our first major soup is Ionian, and the 2 spices we need to make that, a 3rd fret on the B and 4th fret on the E. Suddenly our soup's a bit more joyful and triumphant. Or if we want to give our soup a bit more attitude, then we make it Mixolydian. Mixolydian is similar to Ionian. The only difference is, rather than playing the 4th fret on our E string, we play the 3rd fret instead. Mixolydian's bluesy, and it's got a classic rock swagger. Now what if we want our soup to sound more dreamy and magical? Then we make Lydian. And how we do that is by going back to our major pentatonic shape and adding fret 4 on the B and E strings. Suddenly our soup sounds spacey and magical. Now if you've been counting, you might have noticed that's only 6 modes. What about the 7th? The 7th mode's called Locrian, and Locrian's like the pot of soup that got ruined when we were making it. It's so badly ruined that it can't be served. This means we can't use any of our original soup shapes to make it. Locrian needs its own recipe, but luckily for us, it's not used very often, so we often leave out Locrian when we're talking about modes. It's amazing how much flavour we can add from just a few notes, and it shows that we don't need a massive textbook to understand modes. I'm going to be making more videos on modes, and all things guitar related. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.